2024. What a year it has been. At the beginning, you were full of optimism. You mapped out your plans, convinced that this was your year. The time had come to grow, to seize every opportunity, to prove yourself and the world that you were capable of more. You imagined a version of yourself standing tall, having achieved far beyond what you had in the past year. You weren't just setting goals. You were crafting a vision, one where you left a lasting mark on the world. You were determined, hungry for success, and ready to show everyone that you weren't living in anyone's shadow. You wanted to be a leader, not just for yourself, but for others, guiding them along a path to success. And guess what? You succeeded. The first half of the year was a testament to your grit and ambition. You accomplished things you once thought impossible, surpassing your own expectations. People started to notice the fire in you, the way you carried yourself, the way you refused to settle for mediocrity. The opportunities were endless. New people entered your life, bringing with them connections, admiration, and the validation you secretly craved. You proved the doubters wrong. The sport you once hated, the one people used to mock you for, became a newfound love. You excelled at it, reaching heights that you didn't even expect, reaching heights that even you didn't think you can achieve. Sophomore year rolled in, and with it, a surge of creativity and self-discovery. You uncovered talents you didn't know you had, revived old passions, and found yourself surrounded by people who respected you, not for who you used to be, but for who you were becoming. You even reconnected with friends you hadn't worked in years, creating content that was not only entertaining, but finally getting the recognition it deserved. The love and support poured in, and for the first time, you felt like you were exactly where you were meant to be. It was a new year, a new you, and for a while, it felt like nothing could stop you. But life has a way of humbling you when you least expect it. The heartbreaks came, not once, but twice. You gave your heart, your trust, your effort, and in return, you were betrayed, lied to, used. It didn't matter how much love or kindness you poured into those relationships. In the end, it wasn't enough. The pain of their actions cut deep, chipping away at your confidence, leaving you with the bitter thought that no one truly cared for you. You started to believe people only wanted you when they needed something, or worse, when they wanted to manipulate your emotions. The weight of it all became too much. Your academics began to crumble. The once unshakable drive you had faltered. You fell behind, missing deadlines, missing chances. Disappointment loomed over you. Not just your own disappointment, but that of people who had believed in you. They thought you were capable of more, that you could rise above the chaos. But you couldn't. You let opportunities slip through your fingers, opportunities that could have propelled you even further. The breaking point came when you quit the very thing people challenged you to master. To them, it was a sign of weakness. To you, it was the only option. The respect you had earned began to dwindle, replaced by judgment and criticism. Relationships strained under the pressure. You lost friends, people you once called family. The hardest loss, though, was the brother you'd found in a teammate, someone you had worked with for years. A single confrontation, a moment of truth, and the bond you thought was unbreakable shattered. Instead of understanding, there was blame. Instead of reconciliation, there was distance. And with that loss went your chance to support your family in ways you had always dreamed. You found yourself staring in the mirror, asking questions you couldn't answer. Who are you now? Are you even okay? The reflection looking back at you was a stranger, hollowed and drained. The sadness turned into anger. You stopped caring about others' feelings, becoming the very person you once vowed never to be. Even your family started to lose faith in you. The respect, the admiration, it all seemed to vanish. You had become a shadow of yourself, a far cry from the vibrant, determined individual who had started the year. You hit rock bottom, the same place you were when you first entered college. Invisible, forgotten, starting over at square one. But here's the thing about rock bottom. It's a foundation. Yes, you've lost a lot this year. Yes, you've felt heartbreak, disappointment, failure, and rejection. But what you haven't lost is yourself. And that matters more than anything else. You don't need the approval of the masses. A few people who truly believe in you are worth more than 1,000 who don't. You've learned painful, valuable lessons this year about trust, about resilience, about your own limits. You've realized that perfection isn't the goal, and it never should be. The people who expect you to be flawless are blind to their own imperfections. Their opinions don't define you. Next year is a new chapter, a blank slate waiting for you to write your story. The wounds of this year may still stink, but they've made you stronger, wiser, and more aware of who you are. There will always be people who don't understand you, who judge you, who hate you, but that's not your burden to carry. You have talent, you have the drive, you have the ability to create something extraordinary. Don't rush the process. Take your time, make thoughtful decisions, and let your emotions guide you without controlling you. Most importantly, don't give up. The kid you once were, the one who believed he could conquer the world, still lives within you. Show him that you're still fighting, that you've grown stronger, that you're not defined by your setbacks of this year. The opportunity will come again. Maybe they'll look different, but they'll be there. When they arrive, you'll be ready. So keep going. You got this.